Hello, this is Jeremy Wagner of Daily FX Education, and I'm here to talk to you today about trading the news. And you see, when it comes to trading the news, a lot of people get fired up about the non-farm payrolls, or they get fired up about central bank interest rate releases, and I'm no different. You see, I'm looking for those same type of events, and it just so happens that a lot of those events occur during the first week of the month. You see, on Tuesday, a lot of times you'll get the Reserve Bank of Australia. Then on Thursday, you'll get the Bank of England and the European Central Bank. They'll come out with their interest rate decisions. And then on that Friday is non-farm payrolls. And those are all potentially major market-moving events. And so whereas a lot of traders will go out and they'll want to actually trade those news events, I take a little bit of a different approach where I actually want to trade in between those news events. You see, when you have a lot of major market-moving events like what we have during that first week of the month, then a lot of times in between those news releases, there's not a lot of volume. When you don't have a lot of volume, then that means it takes much more effort for prices to push between or push through support and resistance levels. And so that's really all that I do when I'm out trading that first week of the month is I'm looking for a week, or it doesn't have to be the first week of the month, but any week where you have heavy news events that are 24 to 48 hours apart. In between those news events, you're going to get very low volume, and prices are generally going to respect those support and resistance levels. And so when I'm out looking for trades, I'm going to focus in on the 15-minute chart and start off there. And it doesn't really matter what chart it is because your support and resistance levels are going to be the same. But if I start off and look at the 15-minute chart, then I'm looking for those stronger levels of support and resistance. And so once I find it, I may scale down into a 5-minute chart, and it's just employing a very simple scalping type of strategy. I'm just looking for support and resistance, looking for 10 pips of profit, 40 pips of stop, and it's really just to keep me involved in the market, because if you're using any other type of strategy at that time, the prices generally aren't moving a whole lot. So if you're in a swing trade, you'll find yourself logging in every couple hours, and you'll be like, wait a minute, are the rates frozen? They're not going anywhere. And also, that brings up another good point too, is when I'm out looking for these trades, that even though I'm looking on a 5 or a 15-minute chart, the prices aren't going to move a whole lot. And so therefore, I'm not out babysitting the trades. I'm not staring at the screen and watching every tick go by because there just isn't a whole lot going on. So I'll check in every hour, every couple hours, and look for strong support and resistance levels and look to place trades off of them. So if we have prices coming in towards a support line, all I'm going to do is just simply look to go along and collect 10 pips. Now, occasionally, prices will drift through support or resistance lines. And so in this case, if I pull up a chart and prices have broken through, and maybe I'm pulling up the chart and I'm looking at it right here. Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to identify an area on the chart where I'm going to look to consider a trade. And so at this point, if I'm looking at the chart right here, and this was my support line, well, I know what was former support is going to become new resistance. And so I'm going to circle this area up here and eyeball this area as a place that if prices can make their way back into this area, I'm going to sell short because what was support becomes new resistance. And so basically that's what I do when I'm out looking for these trades. I'm looking for strong levels of support and resistance, and then I'm looking for those areas that could give me a higher probability trade where I got the best opportunity to go ahead and collect 10 pips. So that's how I use news in my trading. I want to wish you the best of luck in your trading as well.